Hello and welcome to FinextraTV. I'm Hannah Wallace, and with me, speaking off the back of another successful UK Fintech week, is Janine Hirt, CEO of Innovate Finance. Janine, it's great to have you back. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Hannah. It's great to be here.
Really good to have you on. Like I say, another successful UK Fintech week where you gave a really passionate opening to your flagship event, Innovate Finance's Global Summit. You recognised the strategic importance of the fintech sector in the economy of tomorrow, and that's really where I want to start. Can you tell us, where are you seeing growth, reflecting on the event just gone?
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I have to say, I think this was one of the best UK Fintech weeks we've ever had, because there was so much energy, there was so much excitement. There was also such a recognition that, considering a lot of the instability, the uncertainty, both on a political and an economic level, elsewhere in the world, there is a huge opportunity for the UK right now to be not just a leader in fintech, but the leader. And you could really sense that excitement across the week. In terms of the growth opportunity for fintech, we always say that fintech stands as one of the most important allies for this government to help it achieve its ambitions around driving growth across the country. And last year we put out a report which identified that if UK Fintech is properly supported, so if government, if regulators, if industry stays aligned, UK Fintech could add £328 billion to the UK economy. That is a huge opportunity. So we want to make sure that we continue to see the progress that we need to keep helping this sector drive from strength to strength to strength.
And how can we ensure that? What kind of environment do we need to ensure that type of growth?
Yeah, it's a great question. And I think there are a few components that are absolutely critical to continue to drive UK Fintech forward. Firstly, we need a regulatory framework here in the UK that is effective, that is efficient, and that is pro-growth and is pro-technology. We were delighted to see the FCA's 5-year future strategy come out, which was very much focused on innovation and pro-technology, and we're really looking forward to see that put into practice now as well. We also know that we need to continue seeing greater access to capital for our fintechs, and particularly when it comes to the later stage access to capital. So ensuring that we deliver on the Mansion House Compact is absolutely critical as we go forward. And then we also want to ensure that we have a business environment here in the UK that incentivizes founders, incentivizes entrepreneurs, and also ensures that we can continue to access great talent, not just from every corner of the UK, but from every corner of the world as well.
And speaking of potential, there were some really exciting announcements that you gave at Innovate Finance's Global Summit, one of which was the FinextraTV group. So I'd love to hear a bit more about that, and also the stablecoin report. But first, the RegTech.
Yes, absolutely. So we had two big announcements. We released the announcement of our RegTech strategy group, which we are organizing as Innovate Finance in collaboration with our partners at the City of London. So we've seen UK Fintech just really drive itself over the past decade. We think there's a huge opportunity here for the UK to be a global leader in RegTech in the same way that it is in fintech. And certain estimates place the opportunity, the global opportunity for RegTech, to be beyond 85 billion by the time we reach 2032. We think the UK has the opportunity to harness at least 20% of that market. So ensuring that we have the conversations around how do we drive RegTech, what is the environment we need for the RegTech space to really thrive, is going to be core as part of that group. And then on the stablecoin side, we believe that Innovate Finance, that ensuring we have a stablecoin regime here in the UK is absolutely critical if we are going to maintain the UK's leadership in digital finance and therefore in financial services more broadly. So we released a report that outlines what a UK stablecoin regime could look like in the morning of IFGS. We were also delighted to see the Chancellor have her announcements about progressing a stablecoin regime here too. So everything moving in a positive direction. We just need to ensure we keep that pace and we keep that energy going forward.
Thank you, Janine. And looking back at past events, what is often spoken about is the role of fintech in addressing global issues, may that be climate, economic, social. So could you talk a bit more about the role of fintech here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, once again, fintech really can help drive a more inclusive and a more sustainable future. We know just on the productivity scale, we know that UK fintech is 60% higher than national productivity. We also know that realistically, when you're thinking about financial inclusion, bringing more people into the system, it is the fintechs that will enable greater access to products. And we've just continued to see that every year on year higher numbers. So we did a report report last year that showed more than a third of fintechs are directly addressing the issue of inequality. That continues to grow. And whether that's through access to new tools, whether that is through financial education or inclusion in a broader basis, it's a really positive momentum. On the climate side, I think there still remains a huge opportunity for fintech to do even more. When you think about measuring climate change, measuring your own carbon footprint, that all boils down to data, and data is what really fintechs do best. So there's a big opportunity there. One thing we're really heartened to see is that talking about diversity in particular, the fintech sector remains incredibly committed to help drive diversity across the sector and also beyond. And that's been a really positive outcome of what we've seen the last few weeks as well.
Well, Janine, we've already covered a lot of ground, but could you share your highlights and top takeaways from IFGS this year?
Oh, it's so hard. All of the panels were incredible, and I think there was such an excitement and energy in the room, as I mentioned. I think probably one way to summarize some of the points that came out is this idea that we've delivered at Innovate Finance around a potential UK tech stack, which means there are 5 components we believe could create a world-beating UK tech stack. So 3 technologies and 3 supporting enabling systems. And that is AI, blockchain, and smart data, enabled by digital ID and fraud data sharing. And those 5 components put together will really slingshot the UK to the forefront of financial services in the world.
Fantastic. Well, watch this space, and I really look forward to next year's FinTech Week and IFGS. Thank you so much, Janine. It's good to see you again.
Thank you so much, Anna. It's great to be here. Thank you.